Lisa Marie Presley, the only child of rock icon Elvis Presley, died Thursday in Southern California, her mother said. She was 54. It is with a heavy heart that I must share the devastating news that my beautiful daughter Lisa Marie has left us, Priscilla Presley said in a statement. She was the most passionate, strong and loving woman I have ever known. Presley is set to be interred at Graceland, next to her late son Benjamin Keough, who died in 2020, a representative of her daughter, actor Riley Keough, told NBC News on Friday. Lisa Marie's final resting place will be at Graceland, next to her beloved son Ben, the rep said. Lisa Marie's Presley father, Elvis, is also buried at Graceland, the rock icon's famed Memphis mansion and shrine. Priscilla Presley and the Presley family are shocked and devastated by the tragic death of their beloved Lisa Marie, according to a statement by Graceland. They are profoundly grateful for the support, love and prayers of everyone, and ask for privacy during this very difficult time. Hours before the announcement of Lisa Marie Presley's passing, Priscilla Presley said that her daughter had been rushed to the hospital. Deputies and Los Angeles County fire personnel went to a home in Calabasas late Thursday morning after they received a call about a woman not breathing, officials said. Responders were able to find a pulse, and she was transported by ambulance, officials said. Her father's legacy gained renewed interest last year through the movie Elvis, which chronicled his meteoric rise to fame and struggles with his controlling manager, Colonel Tom Parker. Austin Butler, who played the title character, won the award for Best Performance by an Actor in a Movie at Tuesday's Golden Globes. Lisa Marie and Priscilla Presley were both at the Beverly Hilton to see Butler win that award. Lisa Marie was a singer who released her own rock albums in the 2000s and forever influenced by her legendary father. "It's been all my life," she told the AP in 2012, speaking of her father's influence. "It's not something that I now listen to and it's different. Although I might listen closer. I remain consistent on the fact that I've always been an admirer. He's always influenced me." She even formed direct musical ties with her father, joining her voice to such Elvis recordings as "In the Ghetto" and "Don't Cry Daddy," a mournful ballad that had reminded him of the early death of his mother, Gladys Presley. Elvis Presley died in August 1977. Lisa Marie was a 9-year-old staying at Graceland, his home in Memphis, Tennessee, and said that when he kissed her goodnight she just had a feeling. When she next saw him, the following day, he was face down in the bathroom. "All I know is I had it, and it happened," she told Rolling Stone in 2003. "I was obsessed with death at a very early age." Lisa Marie Presley was married 4 times, most famously to Michael Jackson, as well as to Nicolas Cage, Danny Keough, and Michael Lockwood. She had 2 children, actor Riley Keough and Benjamin Keough, with Keough. She also had twin daughters with Lockwood. Presley was vocal about her grief over losing her son, writing in an essay in August that she had been living in the horrific reality of its unrelenting grip since my son's death 2 years ago. "I've dealt with death, grief and loss since the age of 9 years old. I've had more than anyone's fair share of it in my lifetime and somehow, I've made it this far," she wrote in the essay shared with People magazine. Deanna Dosrath reported from Los Angeles and David K. Lee reported from New York.
Backpack of 6-year-old boy was searched prior to Virginia school shooting after tip about weapon. A school administrator in Newport News, Virginia, was alerted to a possible weapon on a 6-year-old boy before a first-grade teacher was shot. But a search of the student's book bag that morning turned up empty, school district officials said. The forewarning was revealed during a virtual town hall Thursday evening for parents of students at Richneck Elementary School, where the January 6 shooting has raised concerns about potential security failures at the kindergarten through 5th grade institution. Superintendent Dr. George Parker III said the boy came to school late and his book bag was inspected upon arriving at the office to sign in, according to parents who watched the town hall, which was not public. At least one administrator was notified of a possible weapon, Parker said in a video reviewed by NBC News. But further details were not made available about who conducted the search, why the gun was not found, and if the child's clothing was physically examined. A spokeswoman for the Newport News Public Schools said Friday that outstanding questions remain about the timeline, and she could not immediately say when the tip was received or who made it. A spokeswoman for the Newport News Police said that authorities also determined through their ongoing investigation that a school employee was notified of a possible firearm at Richneck Elementary before the shooting occurred. The Newport News Police Department was not notified of this information prior to the incident. First-grade teacher Abigail Zwerner, 25, was shot with a bullet from a 9mm Taurus firearm that went through her hand and into her upper chest, police said. Her condition, initially considered life-threatening, has improved to stable and she is talking, according to police. Earlier Thursday, Newport News School Board Chair Lisa Searles Law said the district will install metal detectors at all schools, starting with Richneck. She did not disclose the cost of the detectors or a timeline for installation. No students were injured, and the 6-year-old was taken into custody following the incident. A court-ordered temporary detention order was placed on the child, who is currently receiving treatment at a medical facility, officials have said. Police have previously said there was no warning and no struggle before the shooting, which Newport News Police Chief Steve Drew described as intentional. Authorities declined Thursday to disclose any additional details about the shooting, citing the investigation. The student's mother bought the gun used in the shooting legally, according to Newport News Police. Officials haven't specified how the boy got hold of it. Experts say that the child is unlikely to be charged but that his parents could be criminally culpable depending on whether they failed to properly secure the weapon. Virginia law prohibits leaving a loaded gun where it is accessible to a child under 14 as a misdemeanor. Shootings in schools by such young children are exceedingly rare, as are the use of metal detectors in schools, particularly at the elementary level. During the 2019-20 school year, less than 2% of public elementary schools performed random metal detector checks on students, schools, according to the National Center for Education Statistics. The figures were 10% for middle schools and 14.8% for high schools. Some parents of Richneck students said they are supportive of metal detectors as well as the use of see-through book bags, another security measure that is being explored. Mark Anthony Garcia Sr., the parent of a second-grade student, said school administrators need to be further transparent about how the student brought a gun into school and why some parents, such as himself, only learned about the incident from news coverage. They still need to talk about who's going to be held responsible to not getting all the information there to all parents, and who's going to be held responsible for the security negligence. They still need to talk about who's going to be held responsible to not getting all the information there to all parents, and who's going to be held responsible for the security negligence of the situation, Garcia said. And they still need to talk about how they missed the steps of safety and what was the safety policy in place that failed us on January 6, 2023. Parents and staff have said there also must be larger conversations about emotional and mental health among students as well as gun safety and firearm access. Officials said there will be mental health clinicians for students and staff when school resumes, and that a security officer will be installed full-time at the school.